Formula One's rule changes have already been a hit with fans and drivers, everyone appreciating the aesthetic change. But why have the rules and the design of the cars changed? No reason really. A year and a half ago, Bernie Ecclestone decided that the cars were too easy to drive and convinced the team bosses they needed to build faster, meaner, more brutal cars that would separate the men from the boys. So they sped them up and lap times have duly plummeted by around 4 seconds. Ironic really, as the FIA has spent the last 10 to 15 years trying to slow the cars down on safety grounds. The speed has come from 3 areas. There's a larger contact patch from chunkier tyres front and most notably rear, where the tyres have widened by 8 centimetres. The car's wheelbase is longer and wider by 20 centimetres, which gives more mechanical grip. And to make them even quicker in the corners, there's more aerodynamic downforce thanks to a bigger front wing, more detailed side pod barge boards, wider rear wings, and a larger diffuser. All these new aero parts, wider tyres and associated increased loadings have added weight, so the FIA have raised the car's minimum weight limit by 26 kilos to 728 kilos. The other important rule change is to the engines. They've removed the restrictions on development, which means no more token system, allowing manufacturers to catch up during the season. And there's more emphasis on reliability, as each car now only has 4 power units to last the 20 races. That's 1 fewer than 2016.
At 18,000 revolutions per minute, this isn't music. This is the scream of science. This is the inner world of pneumatic valve springs, of mean effective pressure, 300 brake horsepower per litre of displacement. The quest for the perfect 4-stroke V8 naturally aspirated reciprocating engine. And in the middle of the hot metal, the carbon, the alloy technology, sits flesh and blood. Rising out of its carbon fiber monocoque, the coolest head. These are the eyes that can pick out a face in the crowd, as if motion were being slowed down. Not passing in a blur at 200 miles per hour. This is the pure mathematics of angles and aerodynamics, the physics of G-forces and friction, and the raw instinct to race. These are the masters of speed. This is Formula One.
In what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. Anthony Davidson is here as usual to help take us through the action. And I've seen some questions on social media and other places about this current crop of F1 cars and why they're so much faster now, despite being significantly heavier than the previous generations of machines. Take us through that one.
I'd be happy to, Crofty. And simply put, it's a matter of grip. Now, that comes from 2 sources. You have what we call mechanical grip, which comes from the surface of the tyre sticking to the road. And these tyres are significantly wider now when compared to previous years, so they have the potential for more mechanical grip. Then you have the downforce, of course, which pushes the car into the road as the air moves over it, thus generating grip. And these cars have about 20% more downforce, which is more than enough to overcome the added weight.
What's going on, guys? Troops HD here, and welcome to practice 1 of the Australian Grand Prix. And yeah, these cars are so good to drive. As you can clearly see, we're doing track acclimatization, and we absolutely smash it, getting perfect on near every single corner. And I'll be doing a how to pass every single qualifying practice session in a couple of days. I'm going to be using this footage, but anyway, that was probably the best I've ever done it. And so we come across the line and we have pretty much got the best. And also with this fuel efficiency test, I lifted just before the line, so just doubly make sure that it goes up in the purple. So also we come to the qualifying pace. Yeah, the qualifying pace, I think, and we're 1.5 seconds above what they expect us to do. So I'm not sure if that's just a bug in the game or the difficulty that I'm on. I'm on 85-90. If you do want me to push up the difficulty, then please do comment in the comment section down below. But we're coming to the race strategy now, and it is just a perfect weekend at the moment for me for practice. So this corner here feels so good in a Formula 1 car now. Like a couple of years ago, you was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should take this like as quickly as I do. But on the whole, this was a very, very good practice, and we get maximum resource points, bar 5, because I didn't run 2 different setups. But that I don't care about that, to be honest. But 5 resource points left, and honestly, guys, this will be the end of practice, and I shall see you in the qualifying.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly.
Right then, guys, I wasn't too happy when I saw that cutscene, to be honest with you. Rain on this game is like my biggest problem. I can't race in it, but I'll learn. I'll just do a couple of time trials in the wet and get used to it. But on the whole, this qualifying was absolutely abysmal. You'll hear at the end of the session my engineer saying that it will be dry within a couple of minutes, or the rain was stopped, and I make a very, very poor point. There we go. And it will become very, very difficult for me to drive. But on the whole, it was experience. Like, obviously I qualified P20, but it was because like I don't like driving in the wet. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I just don't like driving in the wet, and my car was not quick at all. Like, we are 3.9 seconds off the pace. So yeah, and I just got the old message: Pascal is faster than you. But
it's out with the old and in with the new here at Albert Park as we usher in what we hope will be a triumphant new era of Formula 1 racing. For our drivers, though, it's very much business as usual as they look to be first across that line and get their championship off to a winning start. Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Stroll, Ricciardo, Massa, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Daniel Kvyat and Magnussen, Ocon, Van Dorn, Pascal Wehrlein and Jolyon Palmer. Alonso and a Sauber rounds off the grid.
Right, guys, 5 red lights. Light down, and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. And initially, we got a really bad start. And Hamilton goes down the inside, and he takes the lead in the very first corner. There's a wild Sauber right at the back locking up. And as we go down the inside of turn 3, we're fighting with Danny Kvyat, and he blocks us off. But never mind, we will be going round the inside of him. We just need to quickly get round this corner, and we outbrake him very slightly. No, what am I on about? No, we don't even outbrake him. There we go. And we go round the outside of him, and that is P13. So this is a good first lap for us, even though the rest of the cars on us are on super softs. We're on ultra softs. There's a bit of a strategy change, but on the whole, this start is very good, and we just need to quickly catch up to Nico Hulkenberg, and we're on the back of Romain Grosjean now, and we are. Say a couple. Oh God, there's smoke. Who's that? Is that Sergio? That's Perez. What happened to him? Sergio Perez is out this race. And if we look on the replay, we will finally see what happened to him. And talking to the Mexican after the race, he said everything felt fine, and then the gearbox just went. So I don't know what happened with his car, but he must be gutted. It's the first race of the season, and yeah, he's out of it. And there we go. And the safety car's been deployed, so we make a strategy call. Like Jeff, my engineer, was telling me in my ear that we need, like, he suggested a strategy change, which was pitting on the third lap, and as you can see, like, I'm trying to check. Yeah, I changed those to softs. So basically, I'll pit on lap 3, and I'd go straight to the end of the race on soft tyres, because soft tyres don't wear in this game at all. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a pit stop, make a gamble. It's the first race of the season. What's the worst that can happen? I'm in a Sauber, so yeah, let's see what we can do with this pit stop and where we can get. Here comes to the pits, comes Tom Hammond, and initially he was going to wait another couple of laps. I know we were just saying that he was going to pit at lap 3, but he was initially going to wait a couple of laps, and that was a 2.1 second stop, which breaks the record of the season, even as the first pit stop of the season, but it's still a record. And he rejoins in the back of the pack, and you must be wondering why the camera angle suddenly changed from on board to the replay cameras. It's because I wasn't thinking when I was editing this video, but we'll go with it anyway. And so we're in 19th place. We've joined the back of the queue, and we've got the McLaren cars squabbling over 18th and 17th place. But we get a good run out of the final corner, and we're on board with Lewis Hamilton now, and he's currently in 2nd place, and we'll see where and what happens to him within the next couple of laps, whether he can get overtaken by Sebastian Vettel. But on the whole, all in all, it has been a very good and strong race for us. None of the cars broken, well, my car hasn't broken down, we haven't crashed, nothing like that. So but Lewis Hamilton gets a very poor exit out of that corner, and the Ferrari's closing in on him. And I love this camera angle. For some reason, it is probably my favourite camera angle in the game. And so he comes round. I can't remember what corner that is, and I think he gets overtaken. I'm not sure. No, he runs wide and he stops. He's out of the race. Lewis Hamilton is out of the first Grand Prix of the season. What is going on? And the Sauber driver is very close to the back of the McLarens, and I wouldn't expect him to be past these for very, very long. Like, he should get past these in a short amount of time. Fernando Alonso dives into the pits, and it's just Pascal Wehrlein and Stoffel Van Dorn that gets in the way of him being in 16th place. And one of the Ferraris have pitted as well, so they're right at the very back. And here we go down the inside of Stoffel Van Dorn. We lock up with both wheels, but I think we have 17th place, which is like Sauber's normal position, I think. Like, he just, yeah. Bit of a lock up as well in turn 6, turn 5, turn 6, I can't remember. But we're up right on the back of Pascal Wehrlein. I think it's because of the soft tyres giving us so much grip that we are like cruising through these players, like the AI. But I'm not sure. I'm tempted to turn up the difficulty in next race to see how well I do. But we are right on the back of him, and we can cut to the bird's eye view via the helicopter, and we can just see that like Tom Hammond has a look down the inside of Pascal Wehrlein, but he does not make it stick. It was a bit of a half-hearted move, to be honest with you, and he's still stuck behind him. But I think this straight is going to be where the overtake happens. Here we go, and he pulls down. He pulls to the inside, and I think I cannot see if Pascal Wehrlein's. That's the overtake done. 16th place. Thank you very much. And we now have our sights set for Jolyon Palmer, and it was being stuck behind a train, and as you can clearly see, he's lost back to Romain Grosjean, and we're already on the back of him, so he must have some technical like engine problems or massive amounts of tyre wear and stuff. And we're on like lap 6. And a little bit of a lock up there, run a little bit wide, but that shouldn't compromise our race at all. But I like to see that everybody's on different strategy. But anyway, we get a very poor exit out of the last corner. We have a little bit of a tank slapper, but other than that, we should be fine. And in the next DRS, he should have the job well done. Like, he's right on the back, and we cut to the next lap, and I think we got past him. Nope, we've just got 2 Ferraris behind us now, with Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. So this is going to be very, very interesting. And does he go down the? No, he doesn't pull down the inside. But this is just like a train. Honestly, it's borderline safety car how slow we're going, and I've heard the Ferraris complaining about the tyres not being warm enough and stuff, but we managed to get past him, and I just have 2 Ferraris, and I think we are in the lead. So we just have 2 Ferraris behind us. Can we win this race? It'd be a dream start to the season if we could win the first race in a Sauber. I know how unrealistic that sounds, but I don't know how it happened. Like, honestly, we just need to win, just stay ahead of the Ferraris, then we can just claim our first maiden win in our first race of the F1 2017 campaign, or the season. Yeah, season, I'll say that. But we've got Valtteri Bottas as well joining in on the battle, and the straight line speed advantage to these guys is so unfair. But you know, we'll run with it, and like they don't bomb up the inside, but we have a massive lock up in turn 3. But once again, we have evaded their advances, should I say, with a DRS. So the only way they're going to overtake me is in the corners if I make a mistake, and saying that, Kimi Raikkonen just got past me. Yeah, never mind. And I think Jolyon Palmer is out the race. I'm not 100% sure, but we just have to hold on. Hold on. This is the final. This is the second to last lap, so we just need to hold on. And we have a massive lock up into the last corner, and second to last corner, should I say? Sorry. And we just need to evade for one more lap, and we are on the podium. With the Ferrari and Mercedes so much quicker and so close to us, it is very, very critical that we get every corner perfect, every straight just flat out, every gear change perfect. And I think we concede a place to we concede a place to Sebastian Vettel, so we're not. Think of doing the career mode exactly like how I used to, but it's really hard to commentate like this. But anyway, we managed to hold off Valtteri Bottas. We went down the inside of turn 4 just to cover off any threat, because the last 2 laps we have lost 2 positions to Ferraris that way. But anyway, I think this is the last lap. This should be the last lap. Anyway, we just need to hold. Like, he's looking every direction. We're locking up for every day of the week. So we just need to hold on. And I covered down the inside. He covers down the outside, and we nearly collide. And we got a very good exit out of that corner. We should be home and dry. But I'm not sure, because he's now got a Red Bull right behind him of, I think, Daniel Ricciardo. But we come round to the third to last corner, and can we hold on? Please, car, do not brake on me now. We still lock up, but I think we are home and dry. Round the final corner we go, and Tom Hammond gets his maiden podium on the first race of the season. Get in there! Now, I know people are going to be like, you've raced on easy difficulty. No, you don't. No. But honestly, we don't. And I don't know what that cutscene was. But here's the podium celebrations. Enjoy them. And I'll be back after those.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Kimi Raikkonen takes over the lead of the drivers.